stop me up. If you stop me up, I'll never stop. Man, you couldn't even hit me when I was running around in circles in front of you. Piece of shit, Chimera. 2 hours, 25 minutes. Can we get a sub 2 hour time?
Jill.
Know we all love Wesker, but we're gonna skip it.
It's...
Barry!
I cracked it? What? Hang on, what's going on? We just leave now? Oh, we do leave.
All personnel must evacuate. Deactivate and release all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs.
Hurry!
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated.
2.5 hours.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're not gonna wait. We're just gonna set it off and we're gonna have a fight with the tyrant because why not? Why wouldn't we? If we have infinite rocket launcher. Fuck it. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought the infinite rocket launcher might have been like just worthless against him. He's gonna smack him out of the way. Then I'd be fucked because I can't do any damage to him. Alright, we're gonna watch this cutscene though, because it's be the last time. Oh, okay, I'm about to say, it should explode.
Your wife?
Yeah, my wife and kids. They always wait up for me.
I haven't seen this ending
Today,
yet.
my eldest daughter. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. He's alive. I just know.
Nah, he's dead. So I mean, the last time we watched the credits, take it in. The monumental work these people put in to make this genre-defining game, watershed game that a lot of games to this day still take credit from. Foundational game, even. Put together in 2 years on a shoestring budget. And still being played to this day, nearly a quarter of a century later. And still setting the standard for survival horror. Playthroughs just fly by. Infinite rocket launcher didn't hurt either. I don't have to worry about managing resources really. I don't know if we used a single healing item now that I think about it. Maybe like one. Shinji Mikami, you're a wonderful man. Lucky to have you.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Kiss for squids. Platinum Splatinum. Resident Evil Remake. Platinum Trophy. It fired the rocket launcher 83 times. Lord knows we didn't use anything else. 2 hours and 28 minutes. Not a bad time at all. That's it. Thoughts. I can't believe I slept on this game for so long. I knew about this game for the longest, and I got this as a PS Plus game like 5 or 6 years ago, so long ago. Okay, I just hit my thing. It was like 5 or 6 years ago, and I first played it October of 2016, around the time of Halloween, and I just didn't get very far. I want to say I might have gotten to the residence with Jill, which is really not that far at all. It's like barely a third. And I don't know. It was stressing me out. I wasn't sure if I had enough ammo. I wasn't sure if I had enough healing items. And I was playing on very easy. Like, it's a stressful game, but once you really learn it and figure it out, it's really simple and elegant, almost. And 6 playthroughs, you'll basically have the entire game memorized. You can just do it without even thinking about it. That first and second time through, you're really thinking, okay, what do I got to do next? What do I got to take with me? Do I need to bring a healing item? Do I need to bring 2 healing items? What kind of weapons do I need to bring along? Is the shotgun good enough? I need to bring the magnum. Really got it. Like, until you know what enemies you want to kill for your own playstyle and the way you play, it's stressful. But once you kind of figure that out, you get into this really good rhythm. And it's so rewarding just to blast through the game, getting your time down lower and lower. It's wonderful. It's an amazing game. And I've never really played a game like it. I've played other Resident Evil games, but they weren't like this. Maybe the RE2 make was similar, but the RE2 make was more straightforward. I want to say the RE2 make gave you hints about what you had to do. This game just gives you nothing. It's like, hey, how about you go to a room you haven't been to? Or if you have been to a room, why don't you search it better, you know? And that was tough on my first playthrough because I played as Chris, knife only, so there's no point in picking up guns or ammo. Till the very end of the game, that gun stayed on the floor of the main hall. I never picked it up. Just why? You know, I would just have to keep running back to the item box constantly. I didn't want to do that because I'd be running past zombies I couldn't kill because knife only. So that was stressful. Honestly, I probably should have made the first playthrough 100%, so I could figure out where everything was and I could use the map system the way it was probably intended to see, you know, what areas I still hadn't searched. What a game. I understand now why Resident Evil has endured as long as it had. There was so much goodwill bought with this first game that it's still pain. I think Resident Evil 1 and RE4 just had so much goodwill behind them, and they paid for a lot of that credit down the line, and it's still pain. This game is a wonderful game. It's so good. There's a YouTuber I like. His name is a Super Bunny Hop, and he has his own kind of like take on Resident Evil. It's like if Resident Evil is a perfect 10, it's my subjective opinion that it's an objectively perfect game. It's so good. It's so good. It's almost as good as Metal Gear Solid 3. That's how good it is. And I agree with him. It's almost as good as Metal Gear Solid 3, which is like the highest compliment you can give a game. It's almost as good as Shadow of the Colossus. It's almost as good as Super Metroid. Like, you know, it's not damning by faint praise at all. Those are like pillars of the game and industry, and it's right up there with them. I can't believe it's as good as it is. I wish there was a reason to keep playing. I wish there was more stuff to unlock. I've got it all. I've got all the weapons. I've got all the costumes, all the trophies. I just got the platinum. And I don't want to uninstall it. I want to keep going. I want to go through again. I want to blast my way through again. Very, very few games have I felt that. Most games I get the platinum, I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm done. Oh, I can move on to something else. But this game, I played it, I think, 6 days straight. And so, start on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, I played through it straight for like 6 days. You know, streamed it sometimes, 5-6 hours a day. And it's a wonderful game. And I've kind of seen it all. I've kind of seen everything there is to it. I've seen Invisible Enemy mode. I've seen Real Survivor mode. I've seen Very Easy. I've seen Hard. I've seen Jill. I've seen Chris. I've seen it all. Like, I want to keep going. Okay, so Platinum review. This is a phenomenal game to Platinum. I would say if you play this game, Platinum it. Go for it. It makes you see everything. It makes you see the whole game. It makes you see everything there is to offer. You can play on Very Easy and play with one character and just get through it and be like, okay. Play through it on... Get the Platinum. Play through all the game modes. You'll play through normal mode. You'll play through the regular whatevers. You'll play through Real Survivor mode, where the item boxes aren't linked. You'll play through Invisible Enemy mode, where the enemies and bosses are invisible. And it's not as hard as you think it is, because you can avoid a lot of enemies, and most enemies, when they attack you, you're in a fucking hallway, so you just shoot down the damn hallway and you'll hit them. Especially with a shotgun, because a shotgun has a spread. And probably by the time you do Invisible Enemy playthrough, you know where the enemies are going to be, and you just shoot. And the enemies aren't any stronger, they're just invisible. Go for the platinum. Go for the platinum. You will not regret it. It's difficult, but not too difficult. It's not frustrating. Maybe if I died on Lisa Trevor during my no save run, I would be saying something different. It's a challenge, and it's not going to give up the platinum easy. But it's also not unfair. It's not frustrating. There's no trophies where it's like, hey, play through the game 10 times. Okay, is 9 times enough? You know, there's no trophies like that. It's like, play through these game modes. Like, these game modes are in the game, play through them. Maybe you think Invisible Enemies is bullshit. It's not, because, like, there's few enemies in the game, and they're very slow, and they're very predictable. They spawn in the same places. More of them spawn on the harder difficulties, but every difficulty is the same. Always spawn in the same place. There's no randomness. So yeah, you could do a playthrough with invisible enemies. You couldn't do it on most other games because enemies just spawn endlessly sometimes, and they're just everywhere. But in this game, there's only like maybe 60 enemies in the whole game, and they're very predictable where they're going to be, and most of them are in hallways. And they're in hallways, so you can't avoid them, and you have to, like, you know, deal with them, or, you know, take them out and run around them. So invisible enemy mode is not that tough. Partway through it, I think it was the Residents, it kind of became, you know, just another run. Like, yeah, they're invisible, but I know what enemies I'm going to encounter at what point, and I know, you know, when to avoid them and when to not, and just, you know, lay into them. And I'm accumulating ammo, so when I need to, I can just light them up. Point of this whole thing, go for the platinum. 100% go for the platinum. Learn the game. It is so satisfying to learn this game, and it really makes me want to go back and play the old school Resident Evils and see what they're all about. See what Resident Evil 2 is about. See what Resident Evil 3 is about. I don't know if I'll do that. There's no plans to do it, but I really do want to do it. I kind of wish there was a platinum trophy in it to kind of, like, you know, push me in that direction, but I don't know. We'll see.